When you know what you want, it clarifies what you don't want. And even painful decisions, though not easy, become simple. Will Smith. Will Smith is a name widely known. Whether you are a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, hip-hop and rap, or the numerous movies that he's starred in, chances are that you know exactly who Will Smith is. His story, though, is not nearly as well known, though. For his memoir, Will teams up with Manson, who is one of this channel's favorite authors. The product is a highly enjoyable, educational book that we will likely read again and again. In the meantime, here are 4 lessons that we took from the book that we wanted to share. The first lesson, brick by brick. The book starts out with the story of the wall. As a young kid, Will's father had he and his brother repair a huge wall outside of his shop. Each day after school, they would be working on forming bricks, one by one, until each brick was perfect, and then adding them to this wall. Will said, "It didn't matter if it was raining, if it was hot as hell, if I was mad, if I was sad, if I was sick, if I had a test the next day. There were no excuses." Through this process, Will learned the power of focus. When looking at the wall as a whole project, it seemed daunting, even impossible. But broken down, brick by brick, the task seemed manageable. Lay one brick well, then another, rinse and repeat. We can all use this lesson. It doesn't matter if it's a project at work, a huge paper due for school, or making $1 million. Focus on the first step of the project, the first sentence of the paper, or making it an extra $50 today. It also taught him the value of hard work. As a kid, there were probably endless other things that he would have rather been doing than laying bricks with all of his free time. But nothing could replace the sense of accomplishment he felt when that final brick was put into place. Work hard, focus on small tasks that help you accomplish the bigger ones, and you can succeed at anything that you set your mind to. Second, set huge goals. Will found success early with music. Then he landed his famous role as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yet, he kept driving and pushing forward. He wanted to be the most famous movie star in the entire world. And throughout the filming of Fresh Prince, he was working on movies and new albums at the same time. To promote himself, he used to fly to Europe every single weekend to do promotional events. He would leave just after taping that week's episode for TV, jump on a plane, do several meet and greets or social functions in Europe, jump back on a plane, and get home just in time to read the script and start the process for the week ahead. He was relentless in his pursuit of this goal. His goal was massive, but that didn't stop him from going after it full steam. There is a common saying that says, if your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. The mind wants to keep you small because small is safe. Setting goals that seem unattainable forces you to get out of your comfort zone, to grow, to improve, and to work hard. Set a huge goal, then break it down into small chunks and work your butt off to accomplish it, brick by brick. Third, it's always personal. Will makes the point that it is never, ever just business. It is always personal. This means that when you accept a project from someone, you are accepting their idea, hopes, dreams, etc. When you say no to a project, you are saying no to those same things. This doesn't mean that you need to say yes to everything. In fact, you shouldn't say yes if it doesn't align with the huge goals that you are personally working on. But do so in the kindest way possible. Do it in a way that the person won't be scared to share their next idea with you. Who knows? Their next idea could align with your big goals. Lastly, understanding your weaknesses. Will grew up in a rough home. He was drawn to comedy to relieve the stress, anger, and negativity that was often present. People couldn't be mad if they were laughing, he thought. This belief, in many ways, led to Will's success on The Fresh Prince and his style in hip-hop. Late in the book, Will relates how this overwhelming desire to boost the moods of those around him and to put on a show constantly caused problems in his marriage. Often, Our greatest strengths can be the sources of our greatest weaknesses as well. Both often stem from our childhoods and the environment that we were raised in. Understanding your weaknesses and your strengths often takes a lot of self-reflection and experience to understand, but nothing stood out to me more in the last few chapters of Will than the lengths at which he went to fix and overcome these things. When you know what you want, it clarifies what you don't want, and even painful decisions, though not easy, become simple. Not only is this book full of great lessons, but it was extremely entertaining. I listened to it on Audible, and the fact that Will himself narrates the book makes it a joy to listen to. Part advice, part entertainment. You can't go wrong by picking yourself up a copy of Will. Did you like this summary? Leave us a comment down below and suggest a book for us. I try to cover as many suggestions from my audience as I can, and yours might be next. Before you go, please like and subscribe, click the bell notification, and see you in the next review.